Hey Sharpcoat Photo Challengers, welcome to a missed video. Sorry Ingrid that this video is a little bit late. However, we had a little bit of a mix-up in getting her Flickr album link to me, and so it didn't get sent through the proper channels, and so I didn't receive it when I was doing the reviews last time. So I decided to get caught up and review her, offer some critique on her think macro shots. Just a friendly reminder for those who are in on the challenge, you can always get more information on the challenge and more tips and tricks, and also what I've been up to in my photography world over on sharpcoat.com/blog. And also, if you're going to be submitting your photos, remember to click on the hashtag SGPhoto in the menu there, so that you can send me your Flickr gallery directly. Put your photos in their own album on your Flickr account, and send me a URL to that, so that I'll get all of the emails from the submissions in my inbox, and that way, every Sunday I can go through them all, and I don't have to check any other inbox messages or anything like that for any photos submitted. So that's the way that it would help a great deal if you guys would send your photos that way. Everybody's been doing that great so far. So let's get to the one that got away. This is Ingrid's submission for the Think Macro Sharpcoat Photo Challenge number 12. So let's take a look. And I had already talked to her a little bit about how difficult it is to get clear focus on when you're shooting macro shots. It is a very, very tricky thing, or it can be a very tricky thing. But once you get it, you get it. So let's take a look. Orchid obsession. Always a good idea to take macro shots of flowers. Flowers look obviously pretty up close. So this is one good example where it's out of focus. It looks pretty, but it is out of focus, and so it is very tough to get focus with. She was shooting with a new macro lens that she went and bought, and so congratulations, Ingrid, fine purchase. But you do have to be wary, be careful of how you're getting focus on your subject. Oftentimes it helps to have either some kind of base or some kind of mini tripod or a tripod. I've got a little GorillaPod that I use, so it's small enough that I can shift easily in and out towards my subject, away from the subject. That's can be an easier way to get focus on your macro shots. So Orchid Jaws. This one is much better. This one has much better focus. Ever so slightly off, but much more in focus. So this one has much more clarity than the last one. Plus, it's just a more interesting orchid shot. This one's very nice, but boom, this one has character, has more color, has more going on. So this one looks very beautiful, very nice. And as always, too, when if you are set up on a tripod, or if you do have your camera it locked in place somehow, whether set up on your own makeshift base or on a tripod, then you can slow down that shutter speed to get more light in. This is one of the tricks, one of the problems I was going over with Ingrid before. You can slow that shutter speed down. However, if that shutter speed slows down when you're handheld, that is going to make your shot come out blurry. Because your hand, you do move your shot, you do move your camera around quite a bit. You don't notice it, but you do. So a slow shutter speed will kill focus. Fern, this is pretty cool. I like this one. I like it. It's got obviously it's got really solid color to it, and it's got my favorite color, green, chroma green. And this one it has closer focus. You're also getting there. It's got, I think it's focused more on these, like the tips of these, I guess, like the fern leaves or something like that. But it looks very cool. I like it. Cork. And this is why I like when you're doing macro shots. You start to see the world in macro. You start to notice the small textures and details and all the fine stuff of your subjects. So even up close, anything looks alien. It looks fascinating. So yeah, this thing here, it almost looked like a cookie to me, but it looks so delicious. But it's a cork. So yeah, I like that. You get right up there, and so you start to notice things that you wouldn't have noticed before. That's what I like about it, anyways. That's what I was fascinated with, and why I wanted to do the macro challenge in the first place. Log. It's log. There's more lyrics that go with that, but I can't remember. Okay, and here, awesome. I like how you're showing off a lot of depth here because you're focusing right on the points here. Very cool, very cool. You know, you could even get even closer. I would love to see even closer because there's so much more texture and detail going on here. I'd love to get closer to it, but I like how you grab focus on the front here. That's where, if you're gonna shoot with a lot of depth, there's depth to this image here. You know, there's the points, there's the leaf itself, and then there's whatever's going on behind it. That's a lot of depth, a lot of depth to try to pick a point to focus on. So, which is very tricky with macro shots. So I like how you focused on the what is you know, at the foremost of the image, what's closest to you. Old barn. Do you have an old barn? That's weird. So this one here, so this one was with the 40. Is that your new lens? I can't remember what lens you had. The 40 mil. So you might have just gotten really up close with the 40. Very cool. So again, this one, yeah, again, I like the color. I like the textures that you're seeing here. Looks good. Toy tractor gear. And okay, I think I saw this one as well. But just to comment on it, I liked how anything looks like a toy. Like any small part of a machine looks fascinating up close. So again, I like first of all, I like the lighting in this. I like the framing where you have this, you know, the red in the background, and so you're focused right here on the foreground here. Looks good. Tiger corn. Never heard of it. It almost looks like a spice. Looks like little clumps of allspice or something like that, but with ripples. Cool. Very fine subject. I like that. Actually, I'm trying to figure out. I have no idea what this looks like when you're not up close. I've never seen tiger corn before, so this looks really alien to me. Yeah, I like this. I like finding an arrangement like this to shoot macro. It's a fine choice. Ah! Get it away from me! And tulip points to the afternoon sun. Very cool. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. I like how it's just completely. My phone's going off. I like how it's just completely to the side like that. That's really cool. I like that. I love the color. I love the you know, I like how you just got the little bit of the stem in here, so the composition's good. Very pretty. I like it. First, rhubarb. I love rhubarb. Cool. This one's mighty up close. I would have lost this pattern down here. It's a little distracting, so maybe would have framed up just a bit more just to cut that part out. But otherwise, a very, very delicious looking subject to get up close, and you got focus right on the front here. Good for you. And that'll be it. Awesome. That was a lot of shots. So I guess kind of makes up for doing them late. You know, more shots than normally are submitted. If I were to pick a favorite, I definitely wouldn't pick this ugly schmuck here. Definitely the tulip here. I like that you must have a passion for shooting flowers and whatever's going on in the garden. So it shows here. This one, it looks very, very lovely. I like this one. So there you go. Thank you, Ingrid. Sorry it's coming a little bit late, but hopefully now you'll submit through the SG Photo menu button over here, the form that I have on the website. And I very much look forward to seeing what you submit next week.